Fanita English is one of the leading personalities in transactional analysis. As a psychotherapist, she introduced transactional analysis to Europe in the 1970s and developed it with her own concepts. She received the Eric Berne Scientific Award in 1978 for originating the concept of episcripts, and she was a keynote speaker at the first Congress of the World Council for Psychotherapy in Vienna, 1996. Here she is celebrating her 100th birthday with guests invited from around the world. We'll hear from many of them as they recount memories of Fanita and of her contributions to the well-being of others.
Happy birthday, dear Fanita. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
100
Teamwork. Who put them in?
Easy.
Hola.
Wow. Hello.
Fanita?
Yes.
I'm filming you. This is
Okay.
noch eins, glaube ich.
With my baby. And I'm so touched by all the people who came, and some of them from long distances,
Das
from
gehört sich.
Germany,
There you go.
from Italy, from Washington, D.C. Wow. Problem with 100 years, it takes forever. Look at that. Look at that. How many people have to work at that?
Where are they?
Wow. It takes such a long time.
For every year of your life. Look at this, Mom.
Das ist keine Konkurrenz.
Nee, wollte ich sagen.
100 candles, 100 years. Sing again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Fanita. Happy birthday to you.
Oh. So, watch me blow.
Okay.
Watch me blow.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, well, I'm gonna. You have to try.
I don't want to spit over it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go!
One more, smile and bravo!
How long have you known Fanita?
32 years, I think.
And where did you meet her?
In Germany, in a course, in a TA course, when I was when I had a one-on-one before, and I was really disappointed about the one-on-one, and I said, okay, if that is TA, it's not very interesting. But I joined the course of Fanita, and then I said, okay, when that is TA, then I want to learn it, and that was the decision I made.
What was your very first impression of Fanita?
Very clear, very open-minded person with no taboos. You can talk about everything what is essential, and it's not bounded on any kind of social conditions or norms. And the other thing, she had an incredible, interesting and adventurous life, and that I think is one of the power of her personality. Yeah.
In German, and I did it for 5 days, and it was amazing experience. Yeah. Step on the back
And even though we're separate geographically.
So I first met Fanita in the late 90s when I was getting to know Deirdre. Fanita became for me, and continues to this day, to be a deep reservoir of wisdom, love, and common sense. She has always been available as a steady hand when I've needed advice. I feel honored and thankful that she has been an integral part of my life. And despite Fanita's inevitable protestations, I close by wishing her continued engaging long life.
Nice.
I can remember something from when I was about 5 years old and before I had figured out what kind of mother I had. That we were in a little corner store, a little mom and pop corner store, and I shoplifted some stickers, little stickers, and brought them home.
You know, when you run for Supreme Court, this is all going to come out on camera.
And then we came home, and then my mother saw the stickers, and she said, "Well, where did you get these?" And I said, "Well, I just took them." And she said, "Oh, no, Deirdre. It's okay. It's only okay to shoplift from big corporations."
Now that you're 100 years old, how does that feel?
Surprising. Surprising and baffling. And tonight, very, very strange. I'll be able to answer that next year.
I really appreciate how you are wonderful and wanting others to shine and wanting others to tell their story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lovely part about you.
Yeah, that's really what
I'm so glad you want to know more about me.
Yeah.
So this is a message from Surya Prakash, President of ITAA.
Oh.
Dearest Fanita, on behalf of myself personally, as well as the Board of Trustees, members and staff of the ITAA, I am delighted to wish you peace, joy, and good health as you turn 100.
Ice cream. Hold it like ice cream.
Your contributions to transactional analysis have been immense. Your emphasis on the positivity of script has made a significant impact on my own approach to TA. And I know those ideas, as well as so many more, have influenced transactional analysts around the world. In addition, even more than your theorizing and writing, your life itself offers a message worth emulating for coming generations of transactional analysts. On this occasion, I'm pleased to let you know that you have been chosen as the first emeritus member of the ITAA. It is indeed an honor for the TA community to have had you inspire us through so many decades. Happy birthday, Fanita. Warmest regards and best wishes, C. Surya Prakash.
He's in India. Our president of ITA is in India right now.
What I want to say, as some of the, as time went on and the USA TAA was founded, and we were trying to negotiate with ITAA, at that time it was Fanita's strength and advocacy that set it up so that USATAA would also be a funded organization, as well as ITAA, and thank you for all that work that you did and speaking up.
But the memory I want to share, because I think it's represents Fanita. Lucy, Fanita, and I were walking to a restaurant from this building one time when we were here having a meeting. And Fanita was walking between Lucy and me. And as we were moving forward, all of a sudden Fanita missed her step and fell down. And we were both mortified, and we said, Fanita, and she was talking as she fell.
First we said, let us support you. And she said, no, I'm fine, and kept talking until...
So anyway, she slipped and fell, and we were just mortified, and we helped her up, and I said, are you okay, Fanita? And she said, I'm fine. As I was saying. And she went right on with her point.
That sounds like...
So the first time I met Fanita was when this was 46 years ago, believe it or not. And here I was kind of wet behind the ears, and I come to this conference, here's this very powerful person giving a presentation, and she's talking about what she called, a discovery of hers was called episcript.
Oh, yeah.
Episcript meant that people would project onto someone else what one would call perhaps their unfinished business, and then they would try to hot potato to that person to act out what they themselves didn't own. Isn't that current politics today? Meanwhile, enjoy this life as long as you're here on the planet. You are special. You are unique. There is no one like you on this planet, and there never will be. Thank you for everything. Beautiful.
I'm clinical director of the Living Arts Counseling Center that focuses on drama therapy and expressive arts therapy, and it's a training program. And so I brought you in, and you as a trainer. And so we started to experiment with TA and drama therapy, and it's been a rich collaboration. And so, to make a long story short, Fanita, you're one of the great loves of my life, really. And it's just been a pleasure and an honor to have you as a mentor and as a friend. So,
as a friend and as someone I admire greatly.
thank you, Fanita.
Openness, her way to open to new situations and new people in a way that, don't know, how do you call awareness? It's a kind of open awareness, which really is very, very special.
Well, I have no wild tales of transactional analysis to keep you spellbound. But as someone who has known Deirdre for a long, long, long time, and then came to know Fanita, I have to say, Fanita, it's been a great pleasure because as you have joined our family at our Thanksgivings and Christmas, it sort of added a whole other generational dimension to our family. And we talked to both of our children, one in New Zealand and one in Hong Kong this afternoon, who both send their regards to you. And I can't tell you how fondly they look at you, because you were sort of, they have two grandparents that live with us, but you were sort of a generation beyond that. And they're very solicitous of you, and wish you all, if I found myself, happy birthday.
Well, one night at about 1:30 a.m., so in the middle of the night, at home, I were in Milan. I and my wife were quarreling. So we didn't sleep, we were not asleep, and we were quarreling, nothing terrible, but we quarreling. And the phone rang It was Fanita calling from San Mateo to have news about us. And she said, perhaps I chose the wrong hour. No, I said, but we were sleeping. No, but what were you doing? I was quarreling, I'm quarreling with my wife, with Diana. Oh, do you want us to discuss about it?
I'd just like to say that Kaka, or Fanita, is responsible for my existence because I'm not actually sure about the deep logistics of this, and Deirdre can clear this up, but essentially my grandmother, Nita, was not going to get a visa out of Europe during the Holocaust. And Nita met someone whose husband worked at the Mexican embassy, am I right? Fanita met someone whose husband worked at the Mexican embassy.
That's right.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And
Therefore, Fanita, with her great powers, finagled him into getting my grandmother and her parents visas into Mexico. Therefore, they were able to escape after a really treacherous and long journey through the Holocaust out, and they grew up in Mexico. Therefore, I and my sister exist. So really, thanks.
Which one you're talking?
How's it going for you on Fanita's birthday?
Oh, I'm enjoying telling naughty stories about my mother behind the scenes.
Can you tell one on camera?
Okay. I think my mother, when she turned 80, she had a boyfriend who was 65. And on his 61st birthday, he started whining and bellyaching about how he was getting old. And she said, "What a bore, I'm done with you." So,
Fanita in our family is Kuka, so she's Kuka. So I've known Kuka my whole life, obviously. And it's just been such a gift to go through graduate school and become a therapist in my own right and have her as a mentor and, as Wayne said, a well of wisdom, even, at this age. So I'm just unbelievably grateful to have this new chapter with her, with you, as a fellow therapist. And she still offers to consult on my cases, which is just amazing. So for that, I'm very grateful.
I can hear you anyway, so it's working out. So thank you for coming to this, my 500th birthday. And so I'm very grateful, very, very grateful for your presence and of course for your good wishes. Thank you.
Okay, great. So then I mentioned freshman.